our standard, this is a 16-foot tape measure, and I've got pulled out approximately 12 inches. Obviously, 12-inch steel ruler. And then what I've done here is draw out to scale an exploded view of what all the tick marks are in between 0 and 1 inch. So we'll talk about these. So as you can see from my drawing, starting at 0, this is 1 inch. Well, we all know that half between 0 and 1 is halfway. That represents 1/2 inch. Easy, right? Okay, well, what is half of 1/2 inch? Well, that happens to be this next tick mark, or this halfway, 1/4 of 1 inch. And then halfway between, or half of 1/4 of an inch, is simply 1/8 of an inch. And half of that is 1/16 of 1 inch. So if I was to take my finger and count all the way down from 0 to 1 inch, there would be a total of 16 of these tick marks. Each tick mark representing 1/16 of 1 inch. Now, if you'll notice, both on the ruler, on the tape measure, and on my drawing here, these tick marks are of different lengths, right? Where the inch mark being the tallest, the 1/2 inch mark is slightly lower or shorter than the full inch. The 1/4 inch tick mark is slightly shorter than the half, the 1/8 is shorter than the 1/4, and the 16th is shorter than the 1/8. That's just to make it easy for you to identify quickly which mark you're on. Now, I talked about fractions. Everybody hated fractions when you were in school. In some instances, I still hate fractions. If I'm in the kitchen dealing with ounces and cups, a 1/4 cup, 1/3 of a cup, and dealing with those thirds, not my thing. But 16ths, I can work with all day. Can do these in my head. I've been doing them so long. It's very, very simple. Look at the denominators. Remember, we have in a fraction, we have a numerator on the top and a denominator on the bottom. What you'll notice is the 1/2 inch is a 2. The smaller, half of that is a 4. Again, half of that is now 8. Half of that is 16. Makes this math real easy, right? If I've got a 16th plus a 1/4, well, I can go 0. A 1/4 plus a 16th gives me, oh, I'm sorry, that was an 1/8. Ha! Try again. 0. 1/4 plus a 16th. Mathematically, we have to do